right after that, I went outdoors, sat on a bench, and up pulls a big tour bus, and it was full of tourists from, I believe they were from Japan. But anyhow, they were all wearing kind of a white, bright white Nike type tennis shoe. And for some reason, intuitively, something came to me. I just said, I wonder if there's a consequence that us humans are we're no longer naturally grounded. When I was a kid, we were barefoot all the time. The only time we wore shoes was to go to church, go to school, go to some event. And as soon as we were home, we would lose the shoes. We were pretty much barefoot. And I didn't know what to do next, but I just wanted to answer that question. So I went home that night and I took some electric meter out of my tools and I went around and I started measuring the difference, the electrical potential in my body versus the electrical potential of the earth, which is something I know something about because of all my years in grounding. And hardly anybody else would even know what I'm talking about. Um, so, anyhow, but that night, I would go through the house and I would see that you do create a lot of static electricity on your body when you walk around, if there's carpets, if you have shoes on and carpets and so on. And then you have all these EMFs or electromagnetic fields that are radiating from the wires in the walls and plugs and appliances and those things. But you can take a voltmeter, ground it to the earth, and walk around the house and measure. Just hold it in your thumb, and you can read the meter and read the charges, the voltages that are on your body. And then when you ground, obviously they go away. So you put your feet on the earth or on the ground, then they're gone. So this really intrigued me. So that night I went to the hardware store and got a 3-inch roll of metal duct tape, aluminum type, laid it across my bed, connected it to a wire that went out the window, connected it to a ground rod, and then I would lay on the tape, and then I would take the meter and test to make sure that I was grounded. Because as long as I was grounded, the meter would read zero. If I was ungrounded, then I would have all this extraneous voltage on my body. And so I thought, didn't know what to do about it. But anyhow, while I was testing it, all of a sudden I fell asleep. Next morning I woke up and the meter was by my side. And I said, wow, there's something going on here because normally I don't sleep. At that time, I was in my 50s and around 54. And I'm now 77, going on 78 real quick. But anyhow, I noticed that I slept better and I grounded myself for a couple more nights, same thing. Then I grounded one of my friends in the neighborhood who would sit around and talk to each other quite a bit. And I said, you need to try this. So I went and put it on his bed. A couple, 3 days later, he came back. He says, do you think this could be affecting my arthritis? I said, no, I think it just helps with sleep. And then he said that his arthritis was way down. And I recognized that my pain was way down. Because I grew up a cowboy. I've spent a lot of my life skiing, riding horses, doing a lot of dumb things, tennis, whatever. But I had a lot of injuries. And 50 years old, most men are, they've run up against the wall so many times, they've got aches and pains and bruises everywhere.